Good morning, plodders. It is the 1st of January. Happy New Year. So we're gonna go for our first walk of the year. Just a little plod. It's a bit cold, predicted snow middle of the month, but hopefully it stays off until I have my operation. So yeah, here we go. So I've had to stop taking the gabapentin and the citrulline, same thing. I stopped taking the citrulline, which was the antidepressant, last month because they were just giving me horrendous headaches in the morning. Those were the happy pills. And the gabapentin, it was just making me too dizzy and too sick. It dealt with the back pain, but at the cost of me feeling like I was drunk and just really wobbly and spacey. So I've come off those, so by now they should be out of my system, and my back has gone back to aching again if I sit for too long. But my head's clear. I feel like crap because of all the overindulgence past month of the chocolate and the sugar. Yeah, that's just, you don't realise how much sugar disrupts your system. This is man-made sugar, not artificial sweeteners and things like that. This is the, cane sugar and all that stuff, in cakes and things, and chocolate. And basically, one of the things it can cause is inflammation. It can lower your immune system, so that's why you have like a cold feeling and snotty nose, headaches, joints ache, and basically it's not good for you. And also this year I didn't go out. Well, I normally have like friends over for a party and things, and I just didn't feel like it. I just wanted to have a quiet one with my dog, and so we just got all the niceties out and we sat there, ate loads of rubbish and just watched some movies and drank coffee and orange juice. Because I tried having some alcohol, I tried having like martini espressos, but it was just so, I don't know, it was just making me tired and there was no buzz and I just didn't feel like it, Like I've always said, nowadays I get a buzz off of coffee, really strong coffee. So yeah, that's why I'm out now in the morning, where a lot of people are regretting their life choices at the moment. So yeah. Oh, also he's off his meds as well. His anxiety meds, the ones that keep him calm and stop him pulling on the lead. And he's also got an ear infection. You know, crazy goblin. Because I ran out of those last month, and I thought I'd see how he got on. And because he was indoors a lot, he was okay. And to be fair, he's more alert, but he's fine. He's okay this time. I don't know if it's because he's got an ear infection and he's got earache, so he's a little bit subdued, but we'll see how he gets on. And I have got an adventure book for him that I got at Christmas, which I'm going to show you, and going to do some of those adventures together. Hello plodders, it is the 2nd of January and we've already done our normal plod around the fields, up through the woods and through Beaumont Park and then back this morning. But because he's off his meds, he's got a lot more energy and starts to get a bit destructive about 6 o'clock. So I'm going to start trying, until I can walk again, just doing a little walk up and down our road just at 6 o'clock. So he's got his little flashing luminous stuff on and his coat on because it's a bit cold, and I've got my high vis on. So, plod on. Go on, it's okay. He keeps stopping because he doesn't know what's going on. It's alright, baby, go on. Morning, plodders. It is the 3rd of January, -4. Everywhere is frozen. He's got his little thermal coat on today. I've got lots of layers on. Let's plod. Hello, plodders. It is the evening of the 3rd and it is bitter cold, -4. But look at the moon. I look like a glow-in-the-dark condom. Morning, plodders. It's the 4th of Jan. I had a bit of a rough night last night. I think it's with all the walking I've been doing the past 2 days. Back of my leg was bleeding this morning. It felt like a cut pain last night, so I knew something was wrong. But again, I don't know what's causing it. Maybe with the walking, a blood blister is forming at the back, you know, where the neuromas are pressing, and it's just bursting. So I don't know. But took some painkillers this morning. It's a nice chilly -3, and little man's got his jumper on, so we're just going to go for another gentle plod. This is why I like the outdoors. So peaceful in the morning. Beautiful, brisk morning with the winter sun on my face. In a place where once, or soon, 10, 15 years, all this should be trees. Maybe when I'm old and grey I'll come back and see them. We're now in Beaumont Park. My back is killing me, my leg's killing me. And I'm going to go sit down at my favourite tree. And look at that tree. I think it's the oldest one in the park. Great, isn't it? Just want to climb it. I'm going to. Look at it. That would be brilliant just to climb up into the boughs of. Okay. Hello, plodders. It's the 5th of Jan and we've had our first snow. Little man's all wrapped up. That's got a fleece lining underneath it. We're probably just going to do a little short walk onto the field and back because I don't want to be on the cold with him with his paws for too long. So yeah, plodding on. Pain again last night, but you just keep plodding on, don't you? Oh, not too bad on the fields, but this path is got snow on it, but we're okay. My back, left hand side at lower back, is hurting. That nerve's trapped today. No leg pain yet. Bladder pains at a minimum, buzzing away in the background. And one of the things that amputees will have to deal with, and it's a scary thing when we have days like these, that it's actually quite scary to one of the things that's scary is actually walking on ice and walking on slippery surfaces, because you've got to control that false leg. And after having that bad fall that I had last year, I never want to do that again, because my foot still isn't right. Keep tweaking it every now and again. On rough terrain like this, it's not too bad. Just gotta be careful over these rocks. Take it easy. Get yourself some really good sturdy winter boots, and try not to walk on pavement really that isn't gritted, because it can be quite slippy. Just like that main road that we're going to be coming up to at the top of here. I bet that's going to be full of black ice and things. Just be careful. I'm just like doing like little baby steps, slowly plodding, sticking my spike into the ground when I walk. God, look at this road. Now this has no street lights. Gritters clearly haven't been on here. So imagine this at night. God, surprised half these walls haven't come down with cars bumping into them. Lots of people have been swerving though. Just slowly plodding. And keep checking in on little man, making sure he's okay. Morning plodders, it is the Wednesday the 7th of Jan and I'm not going to be doing any walking today. Got bleeding at the back of my leg again and it's a cut pain, so don't know why. The only thing I can think of is that a blister must build up, some sort of blood blister, that the neuroma, you know, like rubs against, and then when I'm walking, it builds up and builds up and then just bleeds. I hope they can get this sorted on the 28th when I have my operation. So we're on the 7th, about 10 o'clock. Decided to hop on the old scooter and still give him his walk, because I could feel my depression kicking in and needed to get out, blast it out with this cold. And he enjoys his little ride. Fingers are numb though. Oh, it's so cold. But I'm out, that's the main thing, and it's for him as well. I've got to think about him. Morning plodders, it is 6 in the morning of the 13th of Jan. I had a really bad night last night. Really bad, intense cramping, radiating pain all over my stump. On my scale it was hitting a 9, so you know that's really bad. And this happens when I have a bath. So I get in the bath, I'm fine, no problems, I don't move my stump around crazily, I don't get any soap inside the end bit. I then get out, dry off, I'm fine, and then increasingly over the next couple of hours I'll get this slowly building like pulled muscle, and then it just seems to cramp and get worse and worse and worse. I don't know why. I'll speak to the surgeon when I see him next week. Maybe he can give me some clue as to what the hell's going on there. But I had to take all of the painkillers and more than was recommended. You know, you're supposed to space it out every 4 hours. I was taking loads of codeine, doubled up, and just to stop the pain. But I'm up at 6 this morning because I've got to take the little man to the vets. He's got to have a CT scan on his head because of the major ear infection that he's got. So yeah, fun times for both of us. Morning plodders, it is the 15th of Jan and as you can see I'm out on my mobility scooter in the park. It's been a hell of a time. I've been constantly waking up every morning with really bad headaches due to the painkillers, and little man here is going through a rough patch as well. He's got to have an operation on his ear because he's got an infection in the inner ear. There's three things, there's the outer, middle and inner. Sorry, he's got an infection in the middle bit, and also he's going to have his ear widened so that it stops getting infections. But also, whilst they knocked him out, they found out that he's got two benign lumps inside his nose, which is going to have cut out so that he can breathe more easily, and that explains why he was doing a lot of reverse sneezing. My leg at the moment, thumping at the moment, my back is aching, but we both needed to get out, get some fresh air. So we just keep plodding on. Morning plodders, it is the 17th of Jan. My leg has been bleeding at the back and hurting, and I got the scooter out and look who just dived straight onto the seat. You're getting too used to this. Look at that. Hiya plodders, it's the 28th and my operation day. I'm in a bit of pain at the moment, but I'm here. I had to get here for 7 o'clock, so up at 6. Yeah, just looking forward to getting things sorted. I'll send you a picture of my leg, what it looked like, and also it was bleeding a lot. So hopefully they'll get it sorted today and I'll let you know. Hi plodders, it's the 30th of January. My throat is very, very, very sore. The air, the thing they put down your throat, the tube, the guy this time must have been, I don't know, using it like a vacuum demonstration, because then you're, because it's scraped all inside and it's so sore every morning, even though I had the operation on the 28th. I hope you can understand me. They did the back, they did the, what they did was they injected me with this stuff called, let me just get this right, rocuronium, and that basically expands the nerves so that they can then inject in a thing called methylene blue, which dyes the nerves so they can actually see where they're trapped. Now, I don't know if you've ever had kidney stones or if you've ever had an injection into a very sore spot, but oh god, when they injected that in, because they have to inject it into the part where it hurts, so yeah, that's gonna hurt. But then as soon as they put the plunger down to expand the nerves, our nerves are there to feel things, so you're going to make them wider, and the whole, from where the base of my back was, across my butt cheek, all the way around the front of my leg, this rush of agonizing pain hit me. And then they injected the blue dye, so I was laid there on my belly, chewing the pillow in the theatre. They'd already put in the cannula on my hand to knock me out, and oh, I was just in my head, I was just going, come on, knock me out, knock me out, knock me out, knock me out. And then the guy said, right, we're going to inject you now. And this is a new anaesthetist guy, I hadn't seen him before. And he was trying to be friendly and everything, but you know when you're in pain, you're just like, come on. And he injected, and he said it could be a bit cold. Now, when you get knocked out, there's this cold rushing pain down your arm and up it. it's almost like someone's got an ice cube, but on the inside, and run it up your arm. Sometimes it can be like that, sometimes it can be a bit painful. I have no idea what this guy did. I don't know if it was a result of the roricorium, the nerve expanding thing, because it won't have just expanded the nerves in my back, it would have expanded my nerves all over. But my hand felt like I just plunged it into a fire. It was just, I was just miserable on that table, like I was being tortured. And then, luckily, after a couple of seconds, everything went black. And then, apparently, after a few minutes, when they wheeled me into theatre and they were looking at my back and everything and doing the things, I went into anaphylactic shock. They said that, what was on the notes here, that I had a red rash all over, arrhythmia, and I turned red. Not surprised with stress. So I've got to go to a clinic in Leeds near me to get tested to see which one of those two things I'm allergic to for the next time, if ever I need to have anything to do with that, nerves or stuff, so that I can have a warning bracelet. Yay. That would probably maybe explain a lot of things. I don't know. And then when I came round, normally when you come round in recovery, I'm a bit woozy or whatever and a bit sicky, but plenty of water and then hot coffee, I'm fine. This time I was shaking like this, and my teeth were chattering, and it was like that for a good 20 minutes. And they had some heated blankets on me and monitoring me and giving me pain medication, because even though I must have been on pain meds in the thing, my back was thumping and I was chattering like mad, and I know that's a side effect of the anaesthesia. It can lower your temperature, make you shiver and shake and everything. But, oh God, it was awful. And then after about 30 minutes, I went back to my room. But that's another thing. Normally, when I get there, you have to go in for 7 o'clock in the morning. So obviously up at 6. Nil by mouth, no water, no food, because you're going to get knocked out. And normally I'm first on the list, or even second, if they have like an emergency case, or kids usually go in front, of course you would let them go in front. I was waiting for 7 hours in my little private room. And because I didn't have any water, I brought some bottles with me, and I actually did drink, and I didn't tell them I drank, which is naughty because I could have choked under anaesthetic. But by about midday, because I didn't have any coffee or anything, I started to get a headache. And it started to build up, and then you start to get that ocular pain around here, and then the room's lights were too much, and I'm thinking, oh God, I'm going to get a migraine, I can feel it coming on. So I drank some more water, and then I just basically got into the bed, put the duvet, the blanket over my head, and then put my hands on my eyes, and just laid there waiting. And then at 2 o'clock, they took me down and did all that to me, and then brought me back to my room. And I was going to, that was the other thing. I was supposed to have my neuromas done, because I've got that pain on the end. They didn't do it. And when I, because I got back late to the room, the Mr. Khan had gone home. So they didn't do the usual, well, this is what we've done and why we've done it and everything. I had this doctor who just told me quickly what had happened. And then I was going to go back to my hotel, which I'd booked, which was across the street. But because of the way I was, because my back was still throbbing, because I had had such an adverse effect, I was sat there in the bed. Even though I know I'm still waiting for the bill, it would have cost me another like £1,000 or something just to stay in the freaking hotel. I might as well have stayed in the Ritz. That's insane. To stay over and just have breakfast, dinner, tea. Anyway, so I'm sat there in bed and I'm going, oh no, I don't want to stay here because I know what's going to happen. But I can't wheel myself in my wheelchair, which I brought out into the rain down to the hotel. So I sat there and I stayed the night, and every 2 hours the bloody nurses came in. They did my blood pressure, they did the pulse test on the finger thing, they stuck the thermometer underneath my tongue, and then they carried this on until midnight, and I'm just pum headache and just feeling like crap and in pain. And I brought my own pain meds, by the way, as well. That's one thing that you're not supposed to do, but I would recommend it. Just hide your own little pain meds, as long as they're not anything crazy, you know, like paracetamol, ibuprofen, and you take them sensibly, and you know they're not going to interact with whatever it is they're giving you. Okay, I didn't say this, but I know, like, they just give me back on the ward codeine, ibuprofen and paracetamol, and they like give me one, and it's just like, no. So God, where was I? Yeah, so midnight they said, right, we'll stop coming in at midnight, we'll let you rest. And I'm like, oh. So I'm laid there, and they get all the clattering and banging and beeping of machines outside, and I couldn't sleep, because when you've had anesthetic and other drugs, it makes your mind race, so you have really weird dreams and weird half dreams. And then the 6 o'clock, the nurse came in. Hello, I've come to do your blood pressure and your bloods, and we also want to do a blood test for you as well. 6 o'clock in the morning. So I just laid there, just gave my arm, and I'm like, just going. And that's when I tried to speak, and I was like, unbelievable. So anyway, they didn't do, well, the anaesthetist in the morning actually came in about 9 o'clock in the morning and asked me how my pain levels were for my back, and told me what happened during the procedure and everything, and that when they injected the blue dye in, they actually saw this branching of trees, you know, the branches of the nerves, and they'd actually cauterized the problems that they think were being trapped up. So there was a problem there. So no amount of exercises from the NHS would have done anything. But this is excuse me, 50-50, they said that it would work. They're just going to wait for the swelling to go down. And I said, well, why didn't you do the neuromas? Because I can feel them. It's painful when you press on it, and it's bleeding. And he said, well, we didn't want to do any more invasive procedures in that area, because we want to give it time to heal, and we think you just have a bit of an infection, and to carry on spraying the back of it inside with that pink wash spray, which really, really dries out my skin and makes it crack, and probably is what making it bleed. So they said that they're going to review me in 2 months' time, and then if I still have the pain on the end, then they'll look to do any further procedures, which I know I will have, because even now with my pain meds I can feel the painful spots on the end of my stump. Chest tight. It's like I've got asthma. So I'm home. I'm taking February just to relax, stay off my leg, give my nerves time to settle down. There's only like a little cut about that big. I have a tattoo, which I'll show you, of some wings on my back, and the guy who did the surgery said, I've been careful to carve the little line around the edges of one of your wings. So he says if you have a little scar, so if you want to put another wing on the bottom to cover it, you can do. But it doesn't matter. It's just another scar at the end of the day. If it solves a problem, it solves the problem. So yeah, got my mother staying with me, looking after the dog. He's gone for his review, and then in 2 weeks he's gonna have his stitches out, nose done, which is gonna be expensive. So yeah, I think this is the last one for January. It's been tough for all of us, I know, I've heard. But we just gotta keep plodding on.